Welcome to the Fit Femme Project Alignment Podcast. It is here that we cultivate and gather all who have been through it in fitness, relationships, careers, lifestyle changes, and unforgettable crucial life pivots trying to achieve their most sovereign selves. We're here to provide you with thought-provoking, detailed stories and information from truly fascinating men and women from all walks of life, professions, generations, and modern-day sagas who speak to their rawest, darkest moments that made them the strong, decisive, humble, helpful, healing people that they are today. We ask them to hold nothing back because life is a multi-dimensional pursuit to be stronger, healthier, and more aligned mentally, emotionally, and physically. Let's go. Come here, baby girl. Come on. Come here. Hello, FFP family. Welcome back to this week's episode. As you can tell, it's just me and Jasmine, and we're hanging out. I sound a little differently today because I am sick. And I was thinking to myself today, yesterday, whatever, well, both days probably, that like people often like don't believe that I'm sick unless they like hear or like see the symptoms or whatnot, just because like I stay in a good mood. Like our boyfriends or husbands or whatever who just like they're just like in bad moods. Like I get you don't feel well, but that doesn't mean you have to be in a shitty mood, right? Anyway, so as you guys know, I haven't done a mini-sode, and I think in like 2 or so weeks. This is not a mini-sode, obviously. This is a full episode because the day you're listening to this is a Monday. But right now for me, it is Thursday or Wednesday, something like that. And last week, Mark and I had just gotten back from a cruise, and I got sick not the day after, but the day after that. So I got sick, starting out strong on Monday. And it's just like everyone is kind of also getting back into the swing of things with after the holidays and schedules and all that stuff. And, you know, coordinating with Lindsay and Casey is sometimes stressful or, you know, it's just constantly coordinating with people's schedules is not always fun. But so that's why we're doing this today is I'm just kind of doing an all-inclusive longer mini-sode. A regular size episode, you mean, KateLynn? Yes, that's what I mean. Hopefully you kind of get where I'm going with this, but I could not do something. I was like, well, I'm sick. And again, Mark and I are traveling tomorrow. We're going back to Florida for his cousin's wedding. We are back on Sunday, and I don't know what time exactly, but it was just, I'm like, I don't want to like pretend like I'll have the energy to like record something real quick and then put it out the next day. Like, and that's because that's what I did this past Sunday. But I had so much energy on Sunday. It was crazy. So this was my reasoning behind all of this. And I've been taking it so easy this week so far, just because of traveling this weekend. And I need to like force my body to be better. There was one time during the days of my massage therapy, I was sick. I had a legitimate fever. Like I've had a fever on and off for the past like 24 hours, but it's like going up to like 99 something, and then it's going down to 97, and it's going back up. Like it's insane. But this one time I had a legitimate fever. The sweats, everything, the aches. And I'm like, and back then I had to hustle. Like I had to work. There was no option, like if you kind of know what I mean. And so I was like, all right, let me chug this liter of water, take a nap. I had some time in between clients, locked the door, had a salt lamp, which is what I'm convinced is what did it, along with the water. Turned off all the lights except for that salt lamp. took a nap, broke my fever within an hour and a half, and I felt fine. I was like, thank you, God, because I got to buy some groceries later today. I got my tea here. I really love tea. I really do. I usually go through like phases of drinking tea. And I'm kind of back in it. Sometimes there's always something that triggers it. But what I do, I love it because it's so healthy for me. Just regular tea, nothing crazy. But I do, obviously, you have to do a ton of lemon. It's the best. A little bit of honey. And then I put my mushroom powder in this. Like it's a blend, a mushroom blend of all the different types of mushrooms. Talk about super healthy, KateLynn 2024. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, what was it? Sunday I felt really good. We came back from the cruise on Saturday, the 13th. Well, how far back should I go? What kind of update should we do? Well, let's just talk about the cruise. It was so much fun. It was 7 days, and by like the 6.5 days, everyone was like, oh, we're kind of ready to go home because we had a day out at sea. Well, we left the port, obviously it was at sea. The next day is a full sea day. Did everything. It was like a newer cruise ship, so my nieces and nephews went hog wild on the coaster, which cost $15, by the way. Mark went on, there's like a little mini roller coaster that you go around 2 times. I didn't feel like it. But he went, and he found out later it costs $15 to go around this little cart. Man, they really get you on that set. It's all inclusive. You pay for everything, you know. And, no, you got to be a little diligent about that. Our bill after that was something else. But we had so much fun, and we didn't really sweat too much. Like we paid like $150 for like a beach club on the last port day. Was it? I believe it was. It was Honduras, an island off of Honduras, which is Honduras, but it was like, what was it? Roatan, something like that. And that was the last port day. We did 3 ports, and the first 2 we coordinated with my brothers and their families, and it was wild trying to keep track of children. But so the third time, everyone just kind of did their own thing. So we paid like $150 to do this thing. It was one of the last ones that met our interests that also had openings. And we're like, let's just do it. It had meals included, drinks included, looked really pretty. And I've heard some horror stories about people who do the shore excursions through the cruise line, just how trashy it is. My mom, actually, she was one of them. They paid, I think it was $70 or $60 for something kind of similar, like a beach club. And it was just awful. They did not like it. So it's like, guess you get what you pay for. Where was I going with that? I don't really know. That was one thing that we did. Oh yeah, the money. It was just worth it. And we gambled. We don't have anywhere where you can gamble close to here leisurely. We're not gamblers. I really wanted to hit the slots. I love saying that, the slots. And I could have walked away with 100. Well, I played a little too much. You can get addicted to that. Like, I kind of get it. Like, alcohol, yeah. But gambling, bro, that could easily be anybody's drug. That's addicting. Just be like, I got up to like $100 doing the slot machine. Who knows what I started out with, but I kind of got into the swing of it, of like how it worked and kind of how to like scale. Obviously it's all risk, but there is a little bit of strategy. And I got up to $100, and every time I sat down to play this slot machine, I was like, if I could just at least get my money back. I never got my money back once. I could have if I stopped, but that's how they get you. I got up to $100. I was like, oh my God, I think that time I started out with I had $50 cash that Mark kind of gave me. And I was like, it's cash, it's free money, right? # girl math. And I was like, $100, I've doubled my money. This is great. What if I could make $200? And then I kept playing. I'm like at like $10 right now. But you never know. It takes that one the one spin is all you need. Nope. It kind of went downhill. And I told him, it's not like I was hiding anything from him. And I was like, I lost it all. And he's like, well, that's how it works. And he played Texas Hold'em like 2 or 3 times. First time he was up $75 by the time he left. The second time he did not leave like he should have. He could have been up like another 200 or something. Anyway, but it was just fun. It was an experience. We don't have a casino around here. It was just kind of fun being in the gambling scene. And it wasn't dirty or trashy or anything like that. It was a nice ship. And then we obviously got the drink package. No one would not. Everyone that we talked to about this cruise, like, you gotta get the drink package. I'm like, okay. That was like I spent, what was it, $2,500 on this cruise. They were having some sale, I think, and because I got it like a year in advance, and it was like $2,500. That drink package, which included gratuities, it was like $900. And it was really difficult to not get in that mindset of like, we got to get our money's worth, you know, because they technically cut you off after like 15 drinks, which is a lot. And I can drink, but not if you're drinking all day. So I siphoned off a couple of my drinks to my brothers who didn't have, like, if I was like, I want to take advantage of this, but also like, you know, my liver also. And they also had this little rule where you kind of had to wait like 5 minutes in between each drink, because you had to get, it was like a little card, right, that you gave them that had your information, room number on it. So I had to wait a little bit between drinks, which was fine. It was kind of like a great way to like chill and not pound it. And I'm not a pounder. Nope. You know what I mean. I don't throw it back like I used to. Let me see if this tea is good. It's a little hot still. So yeah, I would just like give some to my brothers. They wanted some slushy drink, and got some wine for my sister-in-law, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I talked about this a whole week as far as like my health and fitness goals in my TikTok. I do a lot of this on my TikTok. If you guys are on there, definitely find me. It's KateLynn Be Fit. Or is it Katie? Pretty sure it's KateLynn. Yeah, KateLynn, KateLynn Be Fit. I pretty much I'm documenting my whole journey. But I talked about like the cruise and all that. And there were a couple of days where I went a little, next day, well, I'd never had a hangover, like, thank God. But I also think that's like an unwritten vacation rule that your body has, is that you don't get hangovers. But no, I never got a hangover or anything like that, because I did keep it under control, and I still like was drinking my water. It was responsible. And but there was like 2 mornings where I woke up, I was like, God, you feel like shit, bro. You could have done way better. I get swept up in the, oh no, I don't have my tissues. I just get swept up into like the fun of it all, and walking around the ship and seeing all the different bars and the different shows and comedy shows or piano bar, like all these things that are going on. And it was a different type of Mark too. He was like, had the FOMO, like had to go and do everything, take advantage of everything, which I get, right? You're on the cruise. You paid for every single thing on there, technically, but that's not what they think. So needless to say, we had a lot of fun. The first trip we did was Cozumel. Well, the first stop we did was Cozumel. And I actually was responsible for 2 of my a niece and my nephew, my twin brother's kids, because she had won a free excursion. She's like, but it's only 2 tickets, and Ruby, my niece, she's too little. I was like, let me watch your kids. I know you guys haven't had some time alone in a long time. Let me like watch them. They got all nervous. I'm like, for one, it's not just me and Mark. 2, there's like 2 other sets of adults here. They're around their other cousins. It's fine. Like, I was like almost offended. Like, you don't trust me with your children. No, but I get it. It's a foreign country. all that stuff. And she, I guess, acts up like any child, but she was perfect. Anyhow, the next day we went to, I don't remember the name of it, but we went to another beach club. It was wild, absolutely getting wild out of so after you got off the ship, there was like a fake town. Like all these towns like that you're porting at are all fake, right? And they're just all tourist shops. They're meant to keep you there, which understandably, especially like, where was it? Costa Maya. That's what it was. And because I think it was also Mexico. Probably really shouldn't venture out too far, right, from all the white people. Oop, I didn't say that. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's a liability thing. They want to keep you safe. But this particular port, we're like, how do we get out of here? We bought these day passes for a beach club that wasn't associated with a cruise line, but I found it on a travel website. It was like $60 with drinks included, beach, you're there all day. You leave when you want, obviously before the ship leaves, but you got to figure out your own transportation. But they gave us all these instructions, which is fine. But getting out of that little mini town was wild. You had to like walk through just a random store to find the other side of this thing. And then you had to find like the cabs and all this. Luckily, Mark is pretty good at his Spanish. So like that made everybody feel comfortable. And we were hustling a little bit of a rat race to get there, but we had fun. It was a great way for like the kids to snorkel and do something like that. So anyhow, we had a great cruise. The last 2 days were sea days, and I did work out one of those days, and I worked out again on Sunday. I was shooting for 3, but it was weird working out on a cruise ship. There was like dumbbells, and I just did like a couple upper body, a couple lower body exercises, and it's kind of funky like doing that. And I didn't get seasick. My tummy was fine, but the second day, that very first day at sea, my brain was doing cartwheels nearly all day long. Wild, which helped me not drink as much either, because like, why would you do that to yourself? Hold on. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, so that was really the only thing. And we had a great time. I got a sunburn on my face for the first time in several years. Not good. Not good. Should have been a lot more responsible, but also really proud of myself that it took that long. That I haven't had a sunburn on my face for that long. We're gonna stay young, y'all. So yeah, we got back on Saturday morning. They really pushed you out of that shit, bro. And we didn't know when we booked our flight, we didn't know what time it was gonna be porting back at the thing. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's the morning. Their website was just so horrible to navigate and to find the information you want. Oh, and because also my mom almost didn't even make it on the ship, because I knew I didn't figure it out till later than I would have liked, is that you need your passport. And I found that out when I had to check in for the cruise, which was like the day before, 2 days before. But if you don't have a passport, and I didn't know this, you got to use your birth certificate. They didn't have them. And so they're there freaking out, but they accepted a photo of your passport. And so it was a whole thing. So they made it onto the ship last second. Thank goodness. So yeah, we didn't know what time our ship got back. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's the morning. They got to turn it over. And it was. And so I just had my brother drop me off at the airport, because my twin brother lives in Orlando, because we were at Port Canaveral. My twin brother and his family, they just moved there later last year. So I was like, just drop us off. We'll figure it out. We'll hang out and work on the ship, because we were pretty much off the grid. Only got Wi-Fi like 2 or 3 times, just to like keep our thumb on the pulse of some stuff. But you really couldn't do much. And then there was a premium Wi-Fi pack. It's just so dumb. Like, it's so dumb how much, like, Wi-Fi should be free. It's in the air. Yeah, so we just got to the airport, and there was an earlier flight, and I'm like, babe, it was like an extra $250 to get it transferred. And that airport's absolutely wild. And I'm like, it's so worth it to get home at like 4:15 versus 8 o'clock. Are you kidding? And it really was. We got home. I like unpacked almost immediately because, again, we're leaving in a couple more days. And I just wanted to feel at home and established as soon as possible just to like regain my energy. So yeah, that was good. And Sunday I was like, this week is going to be so on point. I'm going to hit all my macros. I'm going to work out this many times. And then I'm going to get all my steps in. I'm going to get all my water in, all this stuff. Yeah, that was a good idea, KateLynn. Good one. That's what my body said to me. Sunday afternoon rolled around and I was going after it. I got a lot done. I got all this laundry done. I cleaned. I worked out. I got all my steps in. I'm so cool. And I started to get this headache on the side of my left side. Just like really tight headache. And it was starting to smell like the air pressure maybe. I don't get headaches that often. I haven't been drinking. Well, I was, but like, is my body finally like, all right, we got to process all this alcohol? But it wasn't that. It had started to smell like the air pressure, maybe. And no, it was just this awful headache. And then I woke up Monday with the same headache and got a fever, sat on the couch and worked. And you know how it just kind of goes up and down. Like by Saturday or Monday afternoon, I started to feel, God, what day is it? Oh my God, how long have I been sick? I might be off on my timeline, but you see what I mean. By the afternoon, I was like, all right, it's breaking, it's good. It looks like I was tracking my temperature like every hour or so. And I was like, all right, we're back in the 98s, we're good. And then went to 97, and then it got back to 99. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And my headache kind of went away a bit, only because I took an ibuprofen. And I'm not much of a pill popper. I like to let my body, process things, let it get stronger. But I'm desperate. And plus oh, Jasmine, you're so sweet. Like, I've also, paid my dues with being sick. There was another time when I was a massage therapist, so many stories, where I had walking pneumonia. Yeah, you heard that correctly. I had pneumonia, and I was touching people, but I needed the money. I just remember just feeling so sweaty, ghost white. I could barely talk because I also had strep throat. I had the fever, everything. I had every possible symptom, and I'm still going into people's houses and doing work on them. I needed the money, and I would just go home and crash and then hope that it would end soon. It was awful. So when I get sick like this is another thing I've been meaning to ask my coach. It's because I haven't worked out. I want to, and my heart and my body is do it. You're fine. My mind is what I'm used to is just pushing through it. You're fine. You can walk. Great. Go to the gym. Stop being a fucking baby. Get over it. What a testament to my childhood. Literally, get over it. So babying myself is something I am not used to, because I don't want it to get worse. Will it? Probably not. I don't think. I don't know my body anymore sometimes, but I am desperate to also feel better by tomorrow night or even Friday. I'll take that for this wedding, because I want to have energy, do my thing. I just want to be normal as fast as possible. So it's okay, go to the gym. You're fine. Just lift a 5-pound weight instead of 10. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a mind thing, but I don't mind resting. I love being a couch potato, but there's also that guilt of, you can do it. You got 2 legs. You're so fucking lazy. Oh, no, but I'm fine. Like I said at the beginning, I'm in a good mood. Jasmine, she's it's okay. She's been all over me. Yesterday I was on the couch all day working, Normally I'm just at my standing desk. And she was just on my legs. She was anywhere that she could be touching me. She's just a little snuggly bug. So yeah, I have been dealing with that mentally the past couple of days, and got the sniffles have gotten a little bit worse, and I still have this headache. It'll go away if I take an ibuprofen. I did read that if you have a headache longer than 72 hours, you should probably go to the hospital. I'll be fine. I will. It's just a headache. It's not that big of a deal. I know which headaches to watch out for, though. There's specific types of pain they have to watch out for that might be signs of something more serious. So definitely keep me in your prayers. So that is pretty much the big update of everything that's been going on lately. And I've missed my little mini subs. I've missed these little chats with myself and you guys listening. Oh, I gotta sneeze. But moving forward with the podcast, we are revamping everything. Well, it's going to be the same for you guys, but behind the scenes, we're going to get a little bit more organized. We're going to get a lot more streamlined, I think is the right word. And I'm excited for that, just to have my head on a little bit straighter, my feet more on the ground now that we've been doing this for nearly, have we come full term? Are we about to have a baby? Has it been 9 months? When did we start this? June or May or March? I can't remember, but it hasn't been a full year yet. Sorry. Oh, ouch. That hurts my head. It has not been a full year. So we're getting our feet really on the ground. Have had some, we can do a little podcast recap, some like technical difficulties. And there's some things that I'm still trying to figure out and like wish it was better, wish some things could be this way versus that way, but we're working with what we got. Would love to have an actual studio, but I don't want to get out of my house. I'm not going to do that. That for one just takes too much time. And this is great. I got my little pod corner. We're so cute. So we're getting a little more streamlined here. We got all of our topics laid out for the entire year. It's going to be such a good year, so follow along for that, obviously. Excuse me, that was very inappropriate. And then we're also going to start lining up some really cool guests. So if you know anybody that could be a great guest on the show, please have them reach out with their information. I would love to reach out, woo! And we're going to be doing that. And we're also going to be doing some highlights of the FFP family. We're going to be talking to probably about 3 to 4 a year, nothing like wild, of current or past clients who have had a lot of success with the FitFem project, and just talking about their story, what led them here, and the journey that they went on, the struggles they've had. Just something a lot more relatable and down to earth with where all of us common folk are, especially during this process. And that's why I started doing my TikTok like that. I just wanted to really highlight the journey because we're all on it. I don't even know how long it's been. It's nearly 30 minutes. That's okay. I started recording. Before I started recording, actually, I was like, I better do this now while I have that upper part of your day when you're sick. You're like, oh, I feel better. It's usually like in the middle, right? Because the mornings are like awful sometimes. But the nights, that's when it really sets in again. It's like, oh, fuck, we're still dealing with this. So I'm in that like upper part of my day where I have some more energy. I like all morning, all early afternoon, I felt like I just had just woken up. That groggy feeling. That's how I felt. Like my eyes were just so heavy the whole time. Like I could go to sleep right now. I literally just woke up. Oh no, it's 12 p.m. You did not. So I finally am out of that a little bit. we'll see how long that lasts. So you are lucky you got the best version of me while I am sick. So send me your prayers, send me your love. And also this year for the podcast, along with those other things, we're going to continue to do those coaching questions. So it doesn't have to be fitness related either. I really want to highlight that. It does not need to be fitness related. It's just life related. I am an actual life coach, guys. I got some great advice, and I've read a ton of books, like a lot. And you need my opinions. You need them. You really do. But no, seriously, send in anything that you're struggling with. All anonymous. Obviously, you can see how you can connect with us in the show notes. You can email me. Even though that won't be anonymous, I will keep it anonymous. So you at least need to be okay with me knowing, right? I promise you, I will not tell anybody. Even off camera, I promise you. But, reading anything on camera obviously will be anonymous. So we're just here to love on you guys, help you guys put positive change in our tiny little corner of the world and affect change in any way possible that we can. And you are a part of that. So again, I am genuinely grateful for everybody and how far the podcast has come so far in the 9 we're going to give birth here soon. In the 9 months, I'm pretty sure it's been like 9 months. In the less than a year that it's been, your support means everything. So if you haven't shared the podcast on your socials, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it, or just recommend it to anybody. And if you haven't left a review yet, I would also really appreciate that too. I think you can only do that on Spotify and Apple, which are pretty much the main platforms. So if you're on one of those, you got it. Those obviously support us as well. If not for me, do it for my cat, right? So yeah, again, thank you. I am really, really looking forward to what 2024 has to offer and to bring the podcast. Send me your love, send me your ideas. We're always open to that, as well as, I guess, critiques, if you really want to do that. No, don't do that. No, we're all here together doing the thing. So again, thank you for your patience while this is kind of like a weird transition phase with January and the episodes not being coming out like they were. But starting next week, we'll be back on our regularly scheduled programming. So until then, everybody, you have an incredible, incredible week. Bye. Thanks for listening to the FFP Alignment Podcast. Please support us by downloading, rating, and recommending us to your friends and family. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at the FitFemme Project. That's FITFEMME Project. And for those of you looking to find their essential balance of lifestyle and fitness, book a free consult by going to thefitfemmeproject.com. That's FITFEMME Project.com and click Apply Now. Until next time, this is the FitFemme Project Alignment Podcast.